Okay, let's move on away from this because this is just not eventful. Because it could have been a good idea, but they failed.
No battle royale.
But let's get into a really good idea. We're gonna get into some remakes, some coming backs, some revivals, and the first one, Streets of Rage 4.
Dude, I only have one concern. I have one concern. It's a very simple concern, but it makes perfect sense. They didn't get the original composer, and they also didn't get any of those people who try to be him. And the music in that trailer was okay, but it wasn't Streets of Rage okay.
Yeah, I know. We'll hopefully we'll hear some actual real Streets of Rage style music when it finally comes out. Anime. But so far I loved what I saw of the gameplay footage.
I like that it still looked like 80s punk.
Yeah, but it has like an anime-ish style look to it, which is really cool because it reminds you of like a little bit of Final Fight a little bit, which is kind of cool.
Because it's hand-drawn, which is easier nowadays than getting like pixel art and shit. Pixel art is more expensive to do from certain perspectives.
Yeah.
Unless you make it look like an indie game, and this game don't look like an indie game. This game looks like a well-made game.
Yeah, like for instance, like I love the gameplay of Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage gameplay was absolutely amazing, but I loved the art style of Final Fight, and this it's weird. It kind of combines the two a little bit. So I love where they're going with this. So
also a little concerned that they only show 2 people. Hopefully they plan on revealing more.
I think they do.
I need me some Hager looking guy from the second one.
I think we're gonna see. We're gonna have at least 4. I think.
I need them to do a role swap, and I need them to take that dude Shin from the 3rd game and make him a good guy.
Yeah.
Get him into the group because that guy was.
We all have a definition of what a well-made game looks like. I don't know. This looks just like just a beat 'em up.
Well.
It is a beat 'em up.
This isn't beat 'em up. This is a true beat 'em up.
And you guys are making this seem like, and I'm going to use this analogy, and I told you earlier about this. You guys making it sound like it's a coming to Christ again, and 8 seconds of footage is like, oh my god! All they show was punch, punch, kick. All right, here's my anime look back.
For one, it's the excitement that they're bringing Streets of Rage back.
Yes,
that's why the
a lot of stuff. What
if they didn't make God of War for like 10 years?
You're ignoring how incredibly good the art is in that trailer. The actual
it's all hand-drawn.
It looks like an anime movie.
Beautiful.
Yes, it's beautiful looking.
I'm not talking about the anime movie. When they showed the gameplay, it looked just as good as the animated movie. It's like saying Dragon Ball Z isn't Fighters isn't a work of art, even though it's the best looking game this year because it looks exactly like the anime.
Yeah.
They hand drew that so well that you are amazed at how good it looked.
I was not amazed at this trailer. I need to see actual footage other than 8 seconds of. Okay,
yeah,
that was
but well, the thing is though, for us that are Streets of Rage fans, like myself, Johnny,
the combat looked like
Grim,
Streets of Rage,
who have played Streets of Rage so much, you get that 8 seconds, you can imagine what the rest of the game's gonna look like because we played Streets of Rage so much. The rest of your mind is filled, huh?
So it's just that the games at the time when we didn't have all this graphics and stuff, that's just what we fell in love with.
And it also
it's just awesome to see it again.
Yes.
Like I said, it keeps the look of Streets of Rage. It looks it's hand drawn, but you look at it and you immediately go, yeah, that's Streets of Rage. It's got the style, it's got the punk, the 80s cyberpunk kind of look to it. Like Streets of Rage always had a mix. Like, you know what Streets of Rage always reminded me of? Remember the first one reminded me of like Bubblegum Crisis without the chicks and the robots. Like almost like they lived in the city of Bubblegum Crisis. The cop cars looked kind of like the neon.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Never heard of it.
Bubblegum Crisis is really.
It's a Japanese cyberpunk.
Quick side thing. You know how Nate was talking about how that dude created cyberpunk for the world?
Yeah.
Bubblegum Crisis made cyberpunk for Japan.
Yes.
Because of Bubblegum Crisis, there were 10 years during the 80s where they made shit like Goku Midnight Ice, Cyberpunk, Cyborg 99. I could go on for hours with the cyberpunk movies, and they were all these great animes from the 80s that were all like styled in cyberpunk style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And obviously, like the pinnacle is Kira. But that's that point.
No. The pinnacle is Bubblegum Crisis, dude. Bubblegum Crisis is a tragic anime because that shit ended after episode 8 because the director had an argument with the producers.
Yeah.
And they shut it down. They never finished the series, dude. They had started the arc with Largo, and everything was going great, and then they were like, "It's over. We're releasing the last one, and that's the end." And you were just like, "What? This series is so good. You're killing it." Sorry, that's like a depressing point in my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have no details. So we have no details for the release date or anything for this yet or
Were
anything.
you looking up what Street of Rage looked like before?
But we're gonna co-op. We're gonna.
It's just a side scroll beat 'em up. It's, I mean,
That's what it is.
Yeah,
All right,
we are
well,
co-oping
well,
this game.
Hold up. The reason why people love Streets of Rage is a distinct difference. At that time, you had never seen a side-scrolling fighting game with special moves. Every guy in the game, every character, had like Street Fighter-like special moves. Each one of them had like 4 or 5.
All right, when did it come out?
Maybe the characters are so big, like 92.
The first one came out in like 92.
91.
All right, when
91.
did Mighty Morphin Power Rangers come out?
95. 94. Sorry.
94, yeah.
Well,
So was
that game came out way later though.
So it was the first of its kind.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was like the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not because that's a beat 'em up.
Yeah,
but
but
it wasn't.
he's saying that they had special moves.
But the difference
Four
is
Power Rangers does not have special moves.
Because the beat 'em
when you morph into your ranger form, you have a special move.
You don't have control over that. That just happens.
Yeah, but I can tell you though, just from, and it's not a knock on the Power Ranger game, but Power
That game was
Rangers
shit.
is
It's a
way
lot.
down on the
Made a
level
game
of
just
beat 'em
like
ups.
that, too.
Yeah.
It's just one of those games people bought because they liked
Well,
Power
listen,
Rangers.
I-
It wasn't
the
a
point
good
is,
game.
there were other side-scrolling beat 'em ups, but they never ever had that. Where
Yeah.
you come in, like for example, Axel had his burn knuckle, his twirl punch. He had his double jump kick. He had his knee grasp.
Now,
He had,
what
like,
about Double
7 different
Dragon?
Attacks.
Double Dragon.
That's what I'm saying. It's like upgraded.
Double
from there.
Dragon had basic attacks.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
all he
just
had. They didn't have
use
any
the
special
attack
moves.
buttons.
I'm not.
But
I'm
this
not
was
saying.
like, sorry,
Became
let me explain
Maximum
differently.
Carnage.
Command moves. This game had command moves like Street Fighter in
Yes.
a side-scroll beat 'em up, and that's what people loved. It was like, whoa, this is something different in a beat 'em up.
Down, right, up, down, A, B, or something.
And you had your super move, which
Yeah.
calling the because you're a cop, and you called the police in to take out the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
And you could
Which
call
was
the
in part
you
one.
could call the cops to call your backup in because you're a police officer.
No, I'm not saying this game's gonna be bad. I don't
we need to
understand
get
the
Smash
hype,
Streets
the
of
hype
Rage
of it.
so we
Like
can
you guys
understand.
had like so much hype to this for 8 seconds. Like I can't get any hype for 8 seconds.
Well,
I need.
It's
I
not
need.
the 8 seconds. It's the fact that they announced a new burn.
They could have just said
Okay,
Streets of Rage
all right,
4.
well-
Ben, when they announced the new God of War and they didn't show anything but God of War, you freaked out.
When they announced the new God of War, I was expecting something good, but I wasn't freaking out like the becoming a Christ.
You
again.
were. You're like, the only thing I'll buy on PS4 is God of War.
No, it's understandable. You just need to understand that we have been waiting since
24 years?
4
24 years.
for a new Streets of Rage.
That's a
so
long
like
time.
the idea
That's a long
that Streets
time.
of Rage is back is exciting because of that.
Because that's a
It's
game
not-
that they grew up with, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just
arcade beat 'em ups.
need to see more than what they showed. Like to me, it's like if it's just
That's
an
why it's a
anime
teaser.
If
3
okay,
points.
if it's just an
3
anime
points.
movie, I can't go like, oh,
It's not going to be an anime.
3 points. They announced Streets of Rage. That's why we're excited. 2, it looked just like Streets of Rage, but with hand drawn. And 3, it looked like it played like it. That's where the excitement
Yeah.
comes in. If they had said Streets of Rage and they showed a trailer for a game that looked like,
Barney the Dinosaur.
yeah, like a completely different game, like Double Dragon Neon. I love Double Dragon. When they announced Double Dragon Neon, I cried. I was like, what the hell is this crap?
Yeah.
Isn't
that's
it like
true.
a remake, though?
No, that's Double Dragon 5, and I was excited for that because that looked like Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Double Dragon Neon.
Yeah,
was
well,
terrible.
Neon looked. The game started exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that game was terrible.
Xbox Live.
Yeah.
This
coming
No,
out.
just looks
but-
great.
Just in general, I know I did, Grim did, Johnny Webb sure did. Whenever I got home from school, it was like the go-to game. I would play through Streets of Rage.
Dude, I played that game so much I started beating
So-
it on hard without dying.
Yeah, so it was just like the go-to beat 'em up.
That
It
was
was
my
the
thing.
best beat 'em up at the time, and for to finally get a new one after so long, it's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited about
Yeah,
this.
there's been
Let's do a game
tons of
smash.
videos already posted. Like,
Let's do a game smash on 3 so that
When I
we
was a
can.
kid, it was like that 70s show in my basement, except we had the Sega Genesis.
yeah. Okay,